What's going on, you guys? It's Nick Johnson, your favorite sports YouTube journalist here, back with another video, and I'm going to give you today's update in this week in sports. Now, I always start off with the usual scores and stats and whatnot, but I got some breaking news to update with y'all. I just got word today that Bill O'Brien is no longer going to be part of the Houston Texans. The Texans has just fired him as within like an hour ago. Therefore, relieving him of his head coaching and general manager duties as a result after the Texans' latest loss to get him to this 0-4 start. And this one is a decision that I think was long overdue, because I knew for a fact that the way the Texans have always been had the chance to be making deep noises in the playoffs and whatnot, but just never can build on that. And Bill O'Brien just wasn't the right leader to it, Same basic game plan, no adjustments and whatnot, just relying on grit and grind, hard work and effort. In terms of literally X's and O's and whatnot, he just wasn't the right fit. And plus, his head-scratching decisions also as a general manager basically led to that as well. You traded away your best all-pro wideout in DeAndre Hopkins. You basically decided not to build further on your team. Somewhat okay mediocre draft picks and whatnot. You just don't know how to build a team right on your resume. You're just wasting the talents of Deshaun Watson as a result. So with that, it's not surprising, and it was a decision that was long overdue, and his team has never made deep playoff runs as a result. So yeah, Bill O'Brien is out of Houston. So there will be a new search of a general manager and a head coach at some point, but unless they want to give somebody the interim duties or have someone in the front office take over for the time being, then that's fine. But yeah, this was a decision that was long overdue. So yeah, Bill O'Brien is gone. He's fired from the Houston Texans as both head coach and general manager as a result. So yeah. Anyways, let me know what you think on that firing. Do you think it was a good move? It was a bad move? What do you think? Just let me know what you think in the comment section and whatnot. So, anyways, let's get to the ensuing NFL scores. The Baltimore Ravens took care of the Washington football team 31-17. Lamar Jackson had a good game through the air, especially on the ground. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers came from behind to outduel Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers 38-31. Tom Brady turned in his best game as a Buccaneer this season with 367 yards passing to go along with 5 touchdowns, but also threw an interception that was a pick six, which is, by the way, his 4th interception return for a touchdown in the last 6 games, going back to last year. That's a problem, but Tom shrugged it off and was able to lead his team to a victory. So it was a huge win for Tampa. The Seattle Seahawks held off a Miami Dolphins comeback to win 31-23. Another terrific game for Russell Wilson, who now currently holds the NFL record for most touchdown passes to begin the season in his league MVP candidate season, so it's going to be a great year for him. The Minnesota Vikings took care of the Houston Texans 31-23, in which was the loss that basically led to Bill O'Brien's firing that I just mentioned right now. So make sure to rewind if you didn't catch that. The New Orleans Saints took care of the Detroit Lions 35-29. The Cleveland Browns, out of all people, managed to hold off a Dallas Cowboys comeback to win 49-38, moving their record to 3-1. This is the best start that Cleveland's had. This is the first time they've gone 3-1 since 2001. So that's almost 20 years ago. And Dallas has now fallen to 1-3, and arguably their worst start in franchise history from what I can recall. The Cincinnati Bengals beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 33-25, in which rookie Joe Burrow got his first win of the season, so congrats to him. Next up, the Arizona Cardinals came into Carolina to take on the Panthers. They lost that one 31-21. Kyler Murray just had an awful game throughout. The LA Rams, in what should have been a blowout, managed to win a close affair against the New York Giants 17-9 at the SoFi Stadium down in Inglewood. So it's a big win for the Rams. They moved to 3-1. The Buffalo Bills held off a Las Vegas Raiders comeback to win 30-23. The Indianapolis Colts and their stifling defense came away with another huge performance against the Chicago Bears to win at 19-11. And on last night's Sunday Night Football action, the Philadelphia Eagles came down to the Bay Area to pull off a shocker in San Francisco to beat the 49ers 25-20, in which Nick Mullins threw two costly interceptions that resulted in him getting benched, and C.J. Beathard came in with the final 5 minutes of the game to lead his team to within 5, but just wasn't enough to complete the comeback. So Eagles win it 25-20, get their first win of the season, and with their 1-2-1 record, are in first place of the NFC East division. The Giants are winless. The Cowboys are 1-3. Same are the Washington football team. And now the Eagles, as such as an awkward record as they are, now have first place in the division, which is really no surprise because this is a division that's been known for being a mess for the last 2 decades and just not being consistent with their win-loss totals and whatnot. It's just a mess. But anyways, moving ahead, we're going to have 2 Monday night matchups. As I mentioned before, the game between the New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs has been rescheduled from what could have been yesterday evening to tonight because of the whole COVID situation, especially with the New England Patriots starting quarterback Cam Newton being tested positive for COVID-19, which rules him out for this game. Same way with the a member of the Kansas City Chiefs practice squad that got tested positive for the COVID. And from what I read yesterday, the Patriots offered a second flight for those who came in close contact with Newton. So, better precautionary reasons and whatnot. So, with that being said, and as of today and yesterday, both teams came away with negative results on their recent COVID tests. So, the game will go on as scheduled. The Patriots will go to Arrowhead Stadium, or basically have already landed in Arrowhead Stadium to take on the Chiefs tonight at 4:05 Pacific. So make sure to tune into that if you haven't. Tune into that. It's probably going to be on ESPN as usual. And then about an hour and 55 minutes later, you're going to have the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers in an epic showdown. The Falcons still trying to get their first win of the season. Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones giving Green Bay all they can handle and basically improve to a record of 4-0. As the Falcons already in back-to-back weeks have given up leads of 15-plus points and losing ensuing games. They've done that in back-to-back weeks, the last 2 weeks, against the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears, of all people. So I expect Green Bay to win this one. It's same way as I expect Kansas City to beat the Patriots. By the way, the Patriots, since Cam Newton is going to be out for this game, Brian Hoyer is going to get the nod for New England over 2018 fourth-round pick Jarrett Stidham. So, with that being said, it'll be interesting to see exactly where this game will go, but I expect Kansas City to win this one too. I'm a Patriot fan and whatnot, but I expect Kansas City to win this one as well, so because I don't have that full much confidence in the offense with their new quarterback change due to a serious disabled injury, and I don't know how our defense is going to handle against Patrick Mahomes, so I expect us to lose this one unless some miracle happens. And I expect the Packers to take over against Atlanta. So that's basically my thoughts on that. Anyways, today is the first day of the divisional round series of MLB postseason baseball, as we already have a game underway in the ALDS between the Houston Astros and the Oakland Athletics. As currently, let me check out the scores. Last time I checked, the A's were leading the Astros 4-3 right now it's the top of the 5th inning as we speak. And later on tonight, you're going to have the New York Yankees against the Tampa Bay Rays, in which Garrett Cole of the Yankees will be on the mound against Blake Snell. So that's going to be a really good pitching matchup unless Cole gets the highly better of Blake Snell and the Yankees batters are going to chase him off the game, which likely might happen, but who knows. And then tomorrow, you're going to continue these ALDS action, and then you have the first day of the NLDS action, as you're going to have the Los Angeles Dodgers against the San Diego Padres, and the Atlanta Braves going up against the Miami Marlins, of all people. So, yeah, as I mentioned, the Marlins pulled off a shocker by sweeping the Cubs the Chicago Cubs in the wild card series in 2 games to get to this point, and I expect Atlanta to win that series because I don't have that full much confidence in Miami anyway, unless they're going to go undefeated again in the postseason. They're all-time 7-0 in postseason trips. The Marlins are. And this is their only 3rd trip to the postseason, and the 2 other trips they won the World Series as a wild card team. So no surprise there. And and last night you had Game 3 of the NBA Finals. No, Game 4. I take the lie back. No, damn it. Yes, Game 3. I apologize. Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Miami Heat. The Heat won this game 115-104 behind a magnificent, amazing performance from Jimmy Butler, who had 40 points to go along with probably 11 rebounds and 13 assists to go with that's a triple-double, a first career playoff triple-double for Jimmy Butler of historic proportions, even without 2 of their other best players in Goran Dragic and Bam Adebayo being out. This was a Heat team that was much more resilient, came on a fire, came in rhythm, forced a whole bunch of turnovers on the Lakers, who basically did not have any rhythm, any heart, lack of execution into this game, as they were in the previous 2 games. So, with that being said, the Heat are back in this series. Now it's a 2-1 series lead for the Lakers. And despite an effort from LeBron James, Anthony Davis was basically non-existent in that game as well. He only had 15 points on just 9 shot attempts. 9 shot attempts throughout the entire game. He also had in the foul trouble and whatnot, but that's just inexcusable if you're the Lakers, because you just came off the gate sloppy and forcing mistakes that were just completely unnecessary. You failed to get your best second starter involved into the game as much as you should have, and it just seems like they were uninterested. Lack of energy, lack of effort, lack of heart, careless mistakes, lack of execution. It was just all over the place from start to finish. I mean, they did come back and take the lead a couple times at certain points, but it just wasn't enough, as the Heat were much more resilient than not as well. So, and that was expected. So, Jimmy Butler, congrats to him. 40 points, 11 rebounds, 13 assists. First career playoff triple-double of historic proportions here in the NBA Finals. His first ever Finals appearance. So, with that being said, Game 4 will be tomorrow night on ABC. The Lakers hope to rebound from this one as a result. So, that's just something we're going to see exactly what's going to happen around here. So, with that being said, Heat wins it last night. They climb back into the series and hope to even the series, hopefully with the return of Bam Adebayo tomorrow night. But if not, the Lakers have to take advantage of that as seriously as they can, because last night, from a basketball perspective, it was just unacceptable. And I'm a Laker fan too, and that was clearly unacceptable. Anyway, so with that being said, that's all I have for today's sports update. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, hit that bell comment button, where you can get my daily notification updates on my videos in the upcoming future. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, what do you think of the Bill O'Brien firing? What do you think of this week's NFL action? And what do you think of last night's NBA Finals as a result? And what do you think about today's MLB's postseason action as a result as well? So let me know what you think in the comment section. And I'm Nick Johnson, your favorite sports YouTube journalist, and I'm out. Peace.